picked up the unconscious thief lying over the bench and threw him into the back of the wagon like a bag of grain. He hooked Tully to her yoke, and Sin and I followed him into the blind alleyway next to the grog blossom. In the early afternoon, there weren't many patrons in the streets. Mum always avoided this part of the docks because of its dangerous reputation. Screams were as common as the caws of seabirds. The thief's hands and legs were tied to the cart. Piers stood like a hulking statue at the end of the alley, with his arms crossed.
"Oh, Master Max, you've nothing to fear from Piers,"
said Captain Sin, as if reading my anxiety.
"He's a pussycat caught in a lion's body. He loves kids, trust me, but he's not too friendly with people who hurt kids."
"I'm not afraid." I hope the quiver in my voice didn't betray me.
"Well then, let's see what these hooligans have to say about your mum, shall we?"
said Sin with a devilish grin.
"What be your names?"
Sin asked the thieves. The portly man spat on Captain Sin's boot. I stepped back a few feet. "Oh, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you?" The portly man only grinned. My stomach churned at the sight of his rotten teeth.
"Come on,"
prompted Sin.
"Is that any way to greet a fellow thief?" "Huh! You're nothing but a lice-ridden spice pirate. You're nothing like us in your fancy pants. You know nothing about life on the street like me and Slander does."
Slander frowned at his companion.
"So, your silent partner here is named Slander. And who might you be?"
asked Sin.
"None of your business."
And the portly man spat again, this time on Sin's other boot. I held my hand to my mouth. "Oh, stop! That's really gross."
"The boy is a point,"
commented Sin.
"We can do this all day, and eventually you're gonna run out of spit."
"Ego! His name's Ego,"
sputtered Slander.
"No, why would you do something like that?"
asked Ego.
"You told him my name. I thought it only fair,"
said Slander in a high-pitched voice. He had a long neck and a large throat apple. It jumped up and down when he talked.
"Oh, did you now? Well, now he knows who we be,"
said Ego.
"Your names mean little to me,"
interrupted Sin.
"Other than that, well, you had some cruel parents. Never mind any of that. Where be the woman?"
I leaned in closer, though I hoped there'd be no more spitting. I hadn't even had my lunch yet.
"What woman?"
asked Ego. "You know what woman? You told me my mum wasn't coming back," I protested. "Why did you say that if you don't know who she was?"
"Oh, I don't know what you're talking about,"
said Ego. Slander rolled his eyes but remained mute.
"Are you calling this boy a liar? Oh, well, that won't do,"
said Sin, and he put his hand inside his coat. "Oh, you aren't going to kill these men, are you?" I scanned Sin's coat for any bulges that could indicate he was hiding a weapon. Sin merely smiled, and Ego and Slander pulled at their restraints.
"I mean to do what I need to, Master Max. If it's too much for you, then wait in the street."
"No, I can handle it," I quickly replied. You've heard dead men tell no tales. If you kill them, well, they won't be able to tell us where my mum is." The thieves grunted as they pulled at their ropes. Piers had tied expert knots that would have impressed my dad. These two weren't going anywhere.
Okay. We might know who you're talking about,"
Ego said as he continued to try wiggle his arms free.
"We don't know where she is, so let's go."
"We never intended on hurting the lad,"
added Slander.
"He's a good boy. We was playing a game, that's all."
"Game? Humph,"
said Piers from the end of the alley.
"You told the boy his mum wasn't returning. Now where is she?"
says Sin. Ego's eyes darted around the alley. Sin still had his hand in his coat. I hoped the men would tell us where my mum was without requiring violence. I'd read of battles in my books, but I wasn't looking forward to seeing actual blood.
You seem like fine, upstanding gentlemen. I understand times are hard with the guild locking down trade,
said Sin.
I mean, how can honest blokes like yourselves make a living? You saw a cart and a horse and thought that someone had abandoned them. You saw a way to make a few extra gold pieces. I, too, am an opportunist, and I'm like you in a lot of ways. I take things that belong to others, and I often lie about it. The problem is, since I'm a professional thief and a liar, I can tell when other people are lying to me.
The two thieves eyed one another nervously, but neither spoke.
Look, I'm a fair man. Ask anyone I've killed. Just gave each of them the chance to be honest and walk away.
Sin continued. The men's arms were raw from the friction of the ropes. Please don't kill them, I blurted out. I'd interrupted Sin twice, and he was frowning at me.
Listen to the boy,
said Ego.
Well, this is your lucky day, because I don't intend on dispatching ye in front of this young lad,
said Sin with a hint of sarcasm.
Something like this could mark his very soul and become a burden him in life. Now you will tell me what I need to know without the need for blood. Are you ready to talk?